Hey guys, so I go by Scam, and this video is primarily going to be talking about why I started my YouTube channel and why I chose the content that I am about to start publishing on this channel. So, little backstory on basically everything, starting from sixth grade to graduating high school. So, I've always primarily been a big guy in my life, my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that I was like insecure about how I looked or anything like that, but I genuinely just hated being known as the big guy around school. Like when anyone brought me up or anything like that, it would be like, oh yeah, the big boy scum or the fat boy scum or the chubby boy scum, anywhere between them lines, you know what I'm saying? And it was cool because some people were my friend, but at the end of the day, it was a little weird because you never know what people really mean when they say that, if they're trying to come at you or if they're really just your friend and you're like the lovable big boy. But it just always was like kind of weird, and they're either downing you about it or it's either your friends just saying that. So it always kind of got me mad and made me look at my friends like, you kind of moving weird, you know what I'm saying? Because you never really know the intentions behind what they're saying, you get what I'm saying? So basically, around that time, sixth grade and seventh grade, I didn't really care about what I ate and how I looked, or even working out at that case. You know what I'm saying? But I just knew that I needed to change my life. Like there was even one time I went to the doctors and they said like I wasn't a diabetic, but I was close because I just wasn't healthy and I wasn't in shape or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? And she prescribed me to lose weight and stuff. So as I started to mature and stuff, eighth grade, I got a little taller and I started like naturally, I guess you could say, looking a little bit more bigger and building a physique, but I was still a big boy. You get what I'm saying? And eighth grade, like probably towards the graduating year of that following summer, I decided to start hitting the gym and turn it into muscle because I just got tired of how people, I guess you could say, treated me, how girls looked at me. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Know we do things for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And also just trying to change the what am I trying to get across? Sorry guys, but basically just trying to change the way I was looked at. So at first, I'm gonna be real, I didn't really change the way I was eating or anything like that. And you know, things come in time. So when you first start working out, you're not going to be perfect. You're just going to, the first step is just walking into the gym and getting in there. So I started going to the gym and just working out. Now I'm going to be honest, like I said, I didn't change the way I was eating, anything like that. I just started working out, eating whatever still. All I cared about was just at least I'm in the gym. So that being said, eighth grade year, I got real big. Like I was 220. And yes, I won't lie, I was eating anything, and yes, I was still big. Like I still was kind of, you know, a little chubby, but my chest popped out. I started getting a chest like how I got now. My arms got way bigger. So you could still tell I was working out. I was just still like a big boy. I still had a little meat on here, you know, on my arms, a little stomach, but I didn't know no better. I didn't do my research back then, so I was just working out. But I always could see myself, and I always seen the physique. I wanted to kind of get shredded abs, get like my muscle to just pop more. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that that's all that working out is about, because you don't need abs and you don't need to be real lean. You could be real big, have a lot of muscle. You know, it just depends on what you want. So for anybody out there who is just, let's just say they don't work out and they're a big boy, at the end of the day, all that matters is if you're happy. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about what other people are saying. Do I think that you should primarily try to change the way you look if you don't feel good about yourself? At the end of the day, there's no point to sit around and make excuses or blame other people. The point is, you need to get up and go do something about it. So that's what I did. So like I said, at first I went to the gym. It was just me just going to the gym. That's all that mattered. You know what I'm saying? I got in the gym. Yes, I didn't start eating perfect and no, but I got very strong. You know, I started maxing out at about 300, 290. I was curling about 70, 80 pounds, almost to the, like, I was trying to make it to the hundreds. Playing on the football team, I got real husky. I was 220, 5'9". So it made a big difference. Like, I could tell, like, in the gym, and not even just that, like, when I played basketball, like, I know basketball has nothing to do with it, but, like, I was just way more husky. Like, I finished strong at the rim, putting people into the post. I was just real big. But some things that just didn't like was, like, my stamina. It was harder to move my weight. You know what I'm saying? Now, not by any means am I saying that you can't move that way, because, like, football players, they be, like, 230 running backs moving. I guess it just depends on you. It's really a mental when it comes to that. But for me, I just didn't like it. So basically, during high school, I kept working out and stuff. Freshman and sophomore year, I was still real big, still lifting a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really change my diet. And during quarantine and stuff, so this is when I started trying to get in my bag with cutting and losing weight and stuff. And I was back and forth with it. So I started out at, like, what, 230, right? Around there. I would start going on jogs or runs every day, working out, doing push-ups, going into, just trying to work out and stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't really get the hang of it because, you know, you're on and off. It's hard to keep a deficit. You got to be real disciplined. So it's really a mind battle and a mental thing when you're doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I started off trying to cut and stop eating and stuff, and that's not really the key. I would try to fast, which could work. You know, there's very good fast, and it does work for some people, and you might lose the weight. But for me, that just wasn't good for me. So the person I look up to the most is what's his name? Sorry, I can't really think of it off the top, but his name's Tristan. I look up to Tristan the most because he put me on to a diet where it was just a lot more protein, and I cut out the carbs. So what I did was ate a lot more protein, like eggs, chicken, vegetables, salmon, steak, a lot of protein, and cut out all carbs, went on vegetable diet. And basically about senior year, right? So this is the backstory before I started doing all that. I was 220, real strong. I cut to about like 200, and I was feeling a little better, you know. I was on the old course, and it's basically the old course is where you, it's a military training course where you have to wear combat boots and the green tee and the army zone. And the school was called First Aid Military Academy. So basically, I was on the old course and I was about to do the bear crawl, and I dropped down, right? And as I dropped down, I used my arms and stuff to kind of hold myself up because I just dropped. I didn't really control it. I just dropped. So I landed on my arms like this, like in a push-up position, and I snapped my left shoulder out of socket, right? So me doing that, I dislocated my shoulder, and I was out of the game for about a good a good month or maybe even more, you know what I'm saying? So basically, after that, for a while, I wasn't working out. I wasn't really doing nothing. And I basically just, senior year, coming to an end, right? Like, I would say like in the middle of senior year, took me about 5-6 months. From 230, I decided to go on a meanest cut, and that's when I started going on a very high protein diet, cut out the carbs, a lot of vegetables and stuff. And I started working out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It came with its downfalls, like energy and stuff, being very low on energy. It was very hard. It took me to be disciplined, but I changed my life. I dropped down to like now I'm at like 171 from 230. And I'm still on the grind trying to get down to like, what, 165? 160 maybe. And I just want to get more cut and build my physique. So once I hit 160, I'm basically going to start eating like 2,000 calories a day and trying to build muscle, so lean muscle mass. But basically, that's my backstory, and I chose to make content on health and fitness because it changed my life. It changed my life, and I just love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine myself not doing it. So I just want to thank you guys for listening, and just do me a favor, shout out my channel, share it, like the video. I know it's my first video, but you got to start somewhere. So yeah.